All right there, viewers, and welcome back to Chelsea. 24 games we've played. This is going to be game 25. West Ham United, the opponents. We sit on 45 points, trail Tottenham Hotspurs, or Hotspur, whatever you like, by 5. So it's important that we win today. How have we done since you were last with us? Not too bad, especially in the Premier League. The 5-1 victory at Leicester on Boxing Day lives long in the memory, in fairness. But since then, a 3-0 win at home over Crystal Palace. That came in the shortly before the new year. Interesting that that's in December, when it's clearly January. Bug. But I think that's probably already been noticed. Then a 2-0 home defeat, though, against Manchester City. A Bernardo Silva brace just took the game away from us. We were never really troubled. Sometimes that works, sometimes that doesn't. But there you go. An even game. And Manchester City missed 2 other penalties, so well played, Kepa. Referee was, of course, abysmal, but there we go. We progressed in the FA Cup against Morecambe before sadly bowing out to Arsenal. We weren't able to repeat our fine victory at the Emirates earlier in the season. Nketiah, I always struggle with his name, but he looks to be doing well. Arsenal, interestingly, not under the stewardship of Unai Emery, as they once were, but Rafa Benitez. So, obviously, dismissing Unai Emery after just 200 days. He won 60% of his games, so that's a pretty good win ratio, given the ratios they allowed, perhaps under Mr. Arsene Wenger. But fair play, Rafa Benitez has come in and he's doing even better, 75%. And they've signed Nabil Fekir for £70+ million. So, you know, the cash is there to splash, obviously. Then a ridiculously good 2-1 victory at title-hunting Liverpool. Giroud cancelling out Van Dijk's early goal before Kante in stoppage time, sealing the deal. I was going mental, to be quite honest. Then a 1-0 home victory over Watford. Not really much in it. Took us a while to get off the score sheet, or get on the score sheet rather. We were absolutely dominant in the game, however, but we just couldn't get that breakthrough, and that's been a bit of a theme, really. There's that FA Cup defeat, as I mentioned, and then a 1-0 victory at Bournemouth. Again, a long time coming. We're absolutely in complete control. We're going 4-4-2, by the way. Keen to... I've always wanted to stay at 4-4-2. I've played 4-4-2 for a long time in Football Manager until recent years, when I've always ended up with either 1 up front or 3 up front, and not really the way I like to play. But hopefully 4-4-2 is going to work out. We got a win in our first game using it. We were guilty of missing a few chances to hit the post about 4 times. That's another theme that we've had this season. I think we've hit the post more than anyone else, but there you go. So yeah, 45 points. Our goal difference suggests we're in this pack, and that's where we are. Hopefully we can break into the top 4, and it all starts today, really. West Ham have improved slightly, but still a little bit off Leicester and Cardiff, the other strugglers. So let's see pitch side in just a minute with the teams. So here we go then. That's our side. Belotti leads the line with Morata, Hazard and Pedro in the flanks. We've got Willian coming back from injury, picked up a knock in the Christmas period, and Marcos Alonso on the left side, with Emerson dropping to the bench. Kovacic comes in, Barkley injured. Kovacic scored, obviously, the winner in the last game from the bench and played really well, so Barkley's injured anyway, so it just makes sense to bring him in. I think we have to be demanding with the team here. You know, West Ham aren't in great shape. We are not doing too badly, so we've really got to make it count today. Interesting shadows, you know, that probably needs a little bit of work. I don't think that's my graphic settings, but there you go. And we get underway at the Bridge, and hopefully we can see some fine attacking play. And just in the first few minutes, a corner Kovacic cleared away. Back to him though, cross deep. Pedro's under it and sort of gets there, and Kante with the goal. Fabianski palms it into the back of his net, and we take an early lead inside the second minute. West Ham failing to deal with the corner properly and paying the penalty as Belotti sprays us back out right, or left rather, to Kovacic. The deep ball won by Noble, but Kante, you've got to question Fabianski really, but we won't question it too badly. And Marcos Alonso now still inside the first 10 minutes. Kovacic wins the flick, but Zabaleta will clear. Only as far as Alonso can bring it back down the left, but goes infield to Kante, who strides forward to the edge of the D and strikes an effort that you perhaps don't want. But from Fabianski's goal kick is up towards nobody really, as Marcos Alonso goes back to Kepa, who's back in goal following his injury. Rudiger now to Kante. makes everything tick, does N'Golo. That's a good ball to Pedro. Crosses. Declan Rice clears. Pedro now works in field. Marcos Alonso on the overlap on the left. Can he get a ball across? Checks a little bit. Crosses now. Pedro off the post and in. 2 goals to the good. 8 minutes in. Went in off the woodwork, as we said. 2-0 now. West Ham looking like a team in the relegation zone. And we're able to show. I mean, we had time to stop that movement. And, well, I don't know who that defender is there. Alberto. I assume that's Alberto Moreno. Not even jumping. Marcos Alonso's free kick now towards the back post. Balbuena clears. Morata will go after it. Brings it down. And Regani to Conte. We say his name a lot, don't we? Here's Pedro into the penalty area. Comes out again. Crosses. Belotti near post. Back to Hazard. And it's in. And it flicks off. Given to Morata. Definitely assisted by Belotti. I don't think so. I think you'd have to credit the assist there at the very least to Hazard. But Belotti claims the assist. Interesting. Let's watch what happened here. Belotti getting the assist from this position, even though the ball went to Hazard, and Morata simply ducking and flicking the ball in. That's surely Hazard's assist. And it's gone down as Hazard's assist there, so that's probably just a display error on that board. Anyway, Pedro now. The goals hopefully will continue to come as we're still inside the 20th minute. 3-0. Conte. Marcos Alonso, left side now. Gets all the way to the bar line. This is what I like to see. Morata, woodwork hit. Azpilicueta, shooting and held by Fabianski. Really good play. Really good play. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the 4-4-2. A deep ball. Felipe Anderson clearing, but Hazard brings it back in. It probably doesn't really suit the wingers we have, but they're such high quality wingers that I'm sure they'll be able to adapt. Kovacic, the ball to Azpilicueta, not good. And Hernandez now will bring it forward for West Ham. The first time we've really seen them come forward. And, well, yeah, I'm not really sure what's occurred there because it looked as though Hernandez was shooting and the ball just fell back to them quite nicely and then played across a Yarmolenko, or rather Felipe Anderson gobbling up. Was this a shot from Hernandez? I think he's crossing, but we should be doing better to react to that. I don't know what Kepa's going for on that cross. So just after the half an hour mark then, hopefully it's not the sign of things slowing down for us. West Ham have only come forward that once. Marcos Alonso working the ball out to the left and crossing Morata's header. Not the best, in fairness. I want to see better from Morata. He hasn't. His goals have disappeared a little bit as Regani heads in. Wonderful corner from Kovacic and a great header by Regani. His 6th of the season. Crashed in off the underside of the crossbar. And we take a 4-1 lead with 15 or so minutes to go until the break. That's a great corner. Regani leaping like a salmon. And the net equally so. Crazy physics. There's still time for more. Kovacic collects the throw-in from Alonso. Gives it back to him. Hazard now. Where's he going? Hazard works it across to the right. He likes to do this. Crosses deep. And Morata this time heads in. 5-1. Hazard's wonderful ability to cut across from one flank to the other as the rain pours at the bridge. 5-1. It looks as though we're going to take this into the break. Hazard there, skipping away. You think he's gone too far, but then he dinks one over. 2 men can't contain him and headed in off the roof of the net, basically, by Morata's 21st of the season. That's not it. There's more before half-time, perhaps. Moreno, Felipe Anderson. To Lucas Vasquez, is it? No, it can't be Vasquez. What a save by Kepa. Lucas Perez for West Ham. And, Kepa drawn into a save. West Ham's second foray forward. And a corner headed over the bar by Goulavagi. Or Goulavagi, however you say his name. And there's still time left. Another corner. Regani heads down and Hazard crashes one in. 6-1. The Chelsea boys are on their way. Hopefully, we're going to steal a march into the top 4, and that'll satisfy the board, remove any lingering doubts of, dismissal. Really, I'm a little bit concerned that the board will, you know what Roman's like. He assures me that everything's fine, but one bad game in the Europa League in terms of the knockout rounds now, and it could all go in the air, couldn't it? So. Let's carry on in the second half in the way we finished that first and hopefully record another mightily fine win. I mean, it's already should be a win at this stage. 6-1 at the break. Belotti yet to get on the score sheet for us as, Morata guilty there of overthinking the attack, overthinking the strike perhaps. Morata heads on, does he? No. Declan Rice clearing, Felipe Anderson. Lucas Back to Gilavogi. I wouldn't want the ball I'd have played. You shut down your own attack, although here they come again. Noble to Hernandez and Felipe Anderson. West Ham not knocking it about too badly here, but we'd be content to let them have it in these areas, and that's where it's broken down. And we come again now. Pedro. Kovacic, lots of space now for Kovacic. Starting to show some of his best form, perhaps. Oh dear. Eden Hazard, not the best. Not the best. A little bit of a disappointing highlight. Fabianski clears the ball from the free kick. And collected by Hernandez. A little bit of space for Noble. And Kepa manages to keep it out. It's not been a blistering start to the second half, bar the chances we've seen, obviously. But Kante there didn't need to, just needed a shout. Needed a shout there to let that ball go. Didn't need to play it. But no harm, no foul. I think we'll make a change then. Pedro will be brought off and we'll bring on Willian just to play right side. Willian obviously coming back from injury, so we need to get him a little bit of game time. And when you're 6-1 to the good, you should be able to count on a bit of an easier ride. No easy rides in the Prem though, of course. Hazard now, left side, works his way across the middle. Look at the runs he goes on. He's just absolutely a majestic player. Azpilicueta's cross, looking for Belotti, headed away though, and Hazard down this left side now. He's everywhere. Alonso, back all the way to Conte. Hazard again, Conte. Morata strikes into the bottom corner. 7-1, a Morata's hat-trick. 22nd of the season for him. We've shown up today, and I think in live commentaries at least, we're scoring lots of goals, although not probably against the better teams. This is a fine snap finish from Morata. Keeper wrong-footed, and 7-1. We can afford now to make further changes to the lineup. Don't really know what we'll do. I think we'll bring on Jorginho for Conte. Obviously, we've got European football due back very shortly, so we need to be mindful of wear and tear. And I think as soon as this moment's over, we'll probably bring on Emerson as Regani clears. Emerson for Marcos Alonso. As Hazard steps in but can't win the ball back effectively. Obiang. Loose pass, and we win it back this time, do we? We do indeed. Kepa clears. It's not the best, though. Not the best distribution, as Snodgrass still there. Well, straight through to Lucas Obiang. Poor touch, and hopefully we can move forward and get Belotti on the score sheet, because he's hit the post a couple of times, but he's yet to score a goal for us. Kovacic goes alone straight down the throat of Fabianski, and we will now make that change, and that'll see Emerson replacing Marcos Alonso at left back. Emerson on this free kick, just wide of that far post. Not a bad effort at all, and Fabianski now from the resulting goal kick clears it up towards Chicharito Hernandez, if you will. That's what I prefer to call him. But that's a good ball through to him, and he's alert to it. And, I don't know if he was trying to chip it, but Kepa standing alert and firm. Fantastic ratings all round. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with the last couple of games, to be honest, in terms of performances have been good. And that's probably going to be game 7-1. Pop the like on now. Let's not even wait as Hazard steals in. I mean, he's been incredible. We've had to promise a few players that will make Champions League. Mourinho wanted to sign every Chelsea player that he'd ever managed, so that included Hazard, Kante. Did he actually? Whatever, he wanted to sign him. Also Rudiger, as West Ham blow a chance to pull one back, and that will be the game. So we had to promise the boys that were targeted that we should hopefully make the Champions League this year or next year. I think it was next year. So it's important that we do steal a march into that 4th position, if not better, to be quite honest. But yeah, a word on the Brexit rules for us. I mean, you can't mention Brexit, can you? But we should now, because it's in the game. It actually even says Brexit. So we're going to be having a 14 foreign players squad limit. That's the scenario we have unlocked on this save, and I actually think that's one of the more interesting ones. So it's instead of the current work permit system, so we should just be able to sign. Obviously, all the current players that we've got that are of non-EU are exempt. There we go. So European Union players already playing in these nations will be given a special status to allow them to be treated as non-foreign and won't require any permits. So it should be quite good for us. I think, we don't sign lots of players, and given that we're going to take a while to get up to 17, it should probably loosen up the transfer rules, at least for the first couple of seasons. So depending on whether we make the Champions League, we might be in a really good position to actually overhaul the squad a little bit. Players leaving. David Luiz looks as though he's going to leave. Cesc Fabregas has already agreed a deal. I believe he's going to Napoli. Indeed he is. And yeah, hopefully David Luiz will be leaving. I've also earmarked really a couple of other players to leave. Victor Moses being one. Probably Van Ginkel. Probably Pedro as well. His contract's for renewal. Gary Cahill will probably leave the squad. So there's going to be a lot of wages unlocked, and hopefully second season we'll be able to push on a little bit better than we have perhaps started this campaign. It's those 3 early defeats that are really holding us back. If you look at the general form, it's actually been excellent. It's just this patch here that's crippled any kind of hope for a title. And if we had an extra 8 points, we'd be quite not well placed on Man City. They've only lost 0 games, which is hard to beat. So, we'd be in the top 3 anyway, at least. So that's sort of the aim, really. Catch Tottenham at first and foremost, and then see where we go from there. Europa League is Villarreal. That's knockout football, of course, and that comes in just a couple of games' time. So I think what we'll do is we'll skip forward and do the first game in March. That'll be the Fulham fixture at the Cottage. Another London affair. So do join me for that. Pop a like on there, as I said. 7 goals to 1. It's just getting better and better in terms of the live com, so please do pop a like on there and subscribe if you haven't already for far more Football Manager 2019 content coming very soon. I'll see you again on the next video. Take care and goodbye.